Greetings from San Benedetto del Tronto on the Adriatic coast. That's the Adriatic Sea behind me, and more importantly, those are students from Chesterton Academy and students from the Scuola de Gilbert Keith Chesterton here in San Benedetto. They are playing some sort of game that we don't understand. And this is Marco Sermarini, who is the president of the Italian Chesterton Society and the founder of the school here, the Chesterton Academy here, and he is my spiritual brother. We are one soul in two bodies. He is the handsome one, and I am the intelligent one. And what we are going to do now, this is our last broadcast here, this is the last day of our pilgrimage, we are going to interview each other. I am not the host, I'm not the interviewer. He's going to ask me a question, and then I'm going to ask him a question, and neither of us are going to answer the questions. Okay? So I will start. Or
Yes.
unless you want to start. You want to ask the first question?
Why are you here, Dale?
Oh.
It's easy.
That's too easy. This is the last day of our pilgrimage, and we wanted the final day to be together with our brothers and sisters from Italy who are devoted to Chesterton with us, and also devoted to the same educational philosophy and the whole philosophy of society together, to share time together and share everything together. So that was the easy one.
For us, it's really, really, really a great feast, a great occasion. It's a really wonderful day. Believe me.
Well, I have a question though. There are no shortage of saints in Italy. There are many, many saints in Italy. We have discovered that this last few days. Everywhere we trip over a saint. But you have a devotion to an Englishman who's not even a saint yet. How do you explain that?
First, he was not playing soccer unless it was impossible. And second, because there is a long memory of G.K. Chesterton here in Italy, because he started coming here when he was a youth with his father. He came here 6 times, and he was really fond of Italy. He said that we are a nation of gentlemen. So these are some of the reasons why we love him. But more, we found him so effective, so relevant in this moment. And we think that he has a lot of things to say to this present moment of the church, of society, of the world. And we love particularly his humbleness. And we think that his work as a layman, everyday man, common man, average man, is so great because he considers him a really normal man. So we love him.
Okay, now your turn to ask a question, Marco. You must ask.
Why do you love G.K. Chesterton as a saint?
Chesterton established himself as my friend. I knew I was a friend with him, but I was not a Catholic, and I had no place in my theology for the communion of the saints.
Of course.
But when I got to know Chesterton, I understood what the communion of the saints meant. So he made me understand what saints are, and therefore he brought me closer to Christ and closer to the church.
I think that's great, because during my life I had a similar path, because I am a cradle Catholic. I never left my faith, thanks be to God, but I became friend of the saints when I was in my 20s, and I find now, and I found then, that this is the main reason why people start following Jesus Christ, because the people say changed lives, changed man, changed woman, merry man, merry woman, people laughing. I think G.K. Chesterton, I consider him one of my best friends, of course.
Now, Marco, you are one of the heroes in Rod Dreher's book, The Benedict Option. Tell me, why are you this person?
First, because I'm the donkey of the book. If you ever read the book, you will find that there is a joke about donkeys. Because I said that when the pure breed horses stop running, there is always the donkey running, and I say I'm the donkey because I'm having a lot of fun being a donkey. But I said, Rod, remember, G.K. Chesterton, Jesus Christ entered inside Jerusalem on a donkey, and he got crazy about this. So he used a lot of my strange words along the book. But I think that there is so much to do around the world, and about this, about community, about living in a Christian way, in a radically Christian way. And I think that G.K. Chesterton is one of our most important inspirations, because he started to do this, taking himself inside a sort of net of friends. You know his life better than me. And you can testify that what I'm saying is true. He was really great in keeping the people together. I think he had sort of aim, sort of desire, wish, will of taking the people together. I think that mostly the intuition of the Benedict Option, that we were living without knowing it, because we got in touch with Rod, casual, sort of case, chance, by chance, because of the monks of Moksha, and we became friends because of this. And so I think that this way of living is so worth.
Okay. Now, you also have a devotion to Pier Giorgio Frassati.
Of course.
Tell me, are there any connections between Pier Giorgio and G.K. Chesterton?
I always say that Pier Giorgio did what G.K. Chesterton wrote and said, but also did a lot of those things. He was so charitable, so good, G.K. Chesterton. Pier Giorgio Frassati was so effective in taking the faith inside and the very center of life. And I think this was the main aim of G.K. Chesterton when he was working and acting as a journalist. I always say that G.K. Chesterton took this his job as journalist like a mission, like a sort of like going around the world and saying everyone that living is good, is worth living, and life is good, and we have to be grateful to God. Pier Giorgio Frassati made the same. Was a smiling man, wonderful, handsome, good guy. How can you do when you meet a man like this? You get in love with him.
Okay, we have one last question.
Yes.
You must ask it.
Dale, how can we do to keep all those people so in need of God all together around the world?
Well, I know one way to do it.
Yes.
People should read G.K. Chesterton.
Bravo.
Keep praying for us. Good. That's it.